Welcome back, nature lovers, forest bathers, and eco warriors. It's Nick's Nature Walks, and back for another episode. And it is middle of summer, and we're back in the woods today. And I want to show you things that bloom this time of year in the woods that we wouldn't probably typically get too excited about, but for us with this warm and moist summer that we've been having are of particular interest, and we're seeing all different types. So I'll talk about that in a few moments, as well as some other plant life that is growing and flowering in our woods this time of year. So come walk with me. So we're hearing some birds in the background. Yesterday we were very excited because we heard a black-billed cuckoo. We haven't heard one of those before, and very excited to hear that. They're not very well known, and they are very quiet in their approach, and don't like to show themselves, but we certainly heard it. And so as I'm walking down this path, this is a new path that we haven't been down before, I just want to show you two things that are now appearing. First of all is this. Let's zoom in on it a bit. This is a orchid, and it is called a helleborine, and it is blooms this time of year. It's an actually introduced orchid. It's not indigenous to North America, but we have seen a profusion of these this year. I'm trying to see if I can get a better picture. The picture's a little bit spotty today for some reason, so I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit better. There we go. You can just see it in the sort of orchid-like flower, and this is sprouting up everywhere. There's another one just in here, but they're sprouting up everywhere, and they're quite interesting because they easily pollinate apparently, and are liked by many pollinators. And this year is probably the most profuse we've seen. I also want to show you something else. Now, this year we are having an abundance of fungi, all different types. So this is just one type. Not sure what it is, but it's popping up everywhere. You can just see very orange. It's a very deep orange. And then over to my left here, I've just spotted another fungus that's growing up. Look at that. Look at that yellow. Wow. Wow. But there's all different types that we're seeing popping up. And as we walk, even just this short pathway, we are going to likely see more. And you can see here on this rotting tree stump growing out here. Look at that. Wow. And it looks like there's something else growing out there as well, something sort of black. But this year we are keeping an eye out, and there's actually, here's another type. So already we've seen 2, 3 different types of fungus, and then we have this growing up in the ground. And just by it, there's another type of fungus. Look at that. Wow. And we've seen red, orange, purple. We've even got purple. And oh, look, there's another one. Looks like a shell. And next to it, another one. And just in this little small space, we've got 1, 2, 3 types of fungus. Wow. And as with anything, this fungi is a very complex microcosm, part of the micellar underneath the wood. And a lot of research going on, and I'm just seeing something else here. Here's another one. Look at that. Another fungus that's it looks like it's going over. But each year is a little different, and we have even in that short space of time just seen different ones, and it's always very hard as you're walking along. I have to wear my glasses to actually spot them, but sometimes you miss it. And oh, here's some more. This is a different type again. Look at that. And there's we see fungus that looks like coral, which is very fascinating. It just looks like it's something from the ocean that's arrived in the wood. And we have other fungus that's called turkey tail, that looks like a wild turkey's tail. And here's another hellebore here. It's a little bit bent over, but you can just see it in there, turned over. The sun dabbling on it through here. And as I just said, it's in one of those years, I don't think we've seen as many. As I'm walking along here, I'm trying not to trip over. We're in the morning, which is the first time I think I've filmed in the morning for Nick's Nature Walk, so the sun is really beautiful and dappled through here. It's a wooded area that can get pretty wet, and we've seen that it's been pretty wet this year, which is good for the water tables. And it's the year where we've had to wear Wellington boots whenever we're walking. I just want to show you in here, it's actually a remain of a trillium leaf getting ready to flower next year, and this is the remains of a bloodroot. Remember earlier in Nick's Nature Walks we talked about bloodroot, so that's a leaf there, all getting themselves charged up, ready to flower for next year. And as I'm walking along, just trying to see if there's any other fungus. Oh, here's some more, which I think is the remnants of what we just saw, the white that was sticking out of the ground. And it's a very, as I said, complex area of study. Oh, look at these ones. You can just see it on the ground here. That, oh, and some more. Oh my gosh. It's just you can't go very far to see all these different types of fungus. It's a very complex area of study. I think, as I was saying, the recent research indicates that this sort of web underneath the forest, underneath the ground, really there's a form of communication, often communicating with the trees speaking to one another. And it sounds a little odd, but again, lots of research on this developing in terms of nature and growth and the symbiotic nature of nature. And again, we've got some more of the orange and poking up through there with the moss, which is just beautiful. Again, it's really stopping and being mindful. Like, you could simply walk through, not notice any of this, and go about your day. And so certainly what we've discovered as we've walked through where we live is just stopping. And that's all part of the forest bathing. And I also want to show you here, this is a silver birch, and sometimes when the sun hits this tree, it's just amazing. And I'm just going to home in on it. Just look at the bark. Look up there. It's just fascinating. It's you just want to reach out and touch it, and it sort of curls and the beautiful color, and it looks golden. You can't really see it. The sun's not in the right direction at the moment, but it's just golden when the sun hits it at a particular point, and just glows. Just walking through here, and I'm trying to see if I can. We're seeing berries ripening now, but interestingly, in some of the areas that we've got shrubs, indigenous shrubs, we're seeing the berries going pretty quickly. They're ripening, and then the birds are eating them, and so they're not lasting very long. So I'm just trying to look along. Here we are. You may remember again in an earlier Nicholas News we talked about false Solomon. So here's the remnant of the false Solomon and the berries from the false Solomon from those flowers. And as you see, there are not many berries on there, and that's again reflective of the fact that they're being eaten. And you can just see poking up through here. I'll just move the leaf. Some other fungus. And there's another one here, different type. You just have to be very mindful as you're walking along. And today our mindful minute, we're going to do walking. And the reason we're going to do it walking is the fact that the mosquitoes are very busy, and so I need to keep walking and just coming in here. Look at this. Look at that. That's another type of fungus. And look. Wow. Look at the... I've lost count already on the walk that we've had, and it's 10 minutes. How many different types of fungus we've seen, and some of those like jelly type cup-like ones. Here's another one coming in through here. And it's just like another garden that's coming to life in the woods. And look down here. You can just see there and in here. So we're going to start our mindful minute. It's going to be moving. And so we'll take some time. Let's do a deep breath. Breathe in calm. Breathe in breath. Breathe in ease. Breathe in stillness. And breathe in peace. And we'll wait for a minute. Okay, so that was about a minute, and got distracted just for a change. And I'm just looking at a tree trunk here, and I'm seeing, can you see, there's some brown black fungus. There's the white that looks like shelves on the tree. Then there's this type of fungus. And there's another one down there and there. And again, it's just a question of looking and being mindful and just appreciating just the diversity of what we've just seen in, it's about 13 minutes actually. It's, again, we've got some more of those orange ones. And some more of the false Solomon berries there, and I'm just trying to see if I can find, oh yep, here it is. And what we'll do is we'll look to wrapping up, but I just do want to show you these berries. Look at that. Now I have to double check as to what plant that is. It looks like sweet Sicily, but I don't think it is. I'll have to double check that. And of course, as I'm looking, I can see another type of fungus there. Look at that there. There's another little one there. And the false Solomon over here as well. Just, again, the wood is alive and the moss is just beautiful this time of year. And again, look at the fungus growing on here. Get me out of there. Wow. Wow. Just again, in just a few minutes, how much you can see and how much you can actually take some time to appreciate. So I know it was quite a fast-moving, seeing many things, lots of things to be amazed about, lots of things to be awed by in a sort of 14 minutes, coming up to 50 minutes. And I certainly appreciate you being on this walk with me this morning. enjoying what we're seeing, taking it in, spending some time just wandering through nature and that forest bathing and being mindful. And as we look forward to our week, I ask you to take some time for yourself, enjoy, appreciate, and maybe just step out in nature, whether that's in a garden, whether it's walking past somebody's garden, whether it's looking at the trees, wherever you may be living. But just take some time and see what you can see and see what you can notice. And I can just see as we're wrapping up some very tall helleborine through there. And I thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing this time with me. And I wish you stillness and peace and calm in the next few days. Take care. Thanks again. Bye now.